Now, before we go any further, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not like licensed to give anybody financial advice. I'm not, here to make any suggestions or recommendations or anything. I'm just here to share with you my personal experience and some results that I've had, and then some documented history with this software that goes back over a year. But that being said, past profits aren't any kind of indication of how it can perform in the future. But again, we're not selling anything here. If you decide to take part in this, it doesn't cost you any money to do that. There's nothing for sale here. So, but again, you can pause this video if you like, read this formal disclaimer. Feel free to proceed. Use your own judgment, make your own decisions. But this video is just meant to be informative to let you know how it's been going and a little bit more about how it works. First of all, I'll tell you what this is not. I mean, guys, this is not like a multi-level marketing program. It's not a network marketing program. It's not an affiliate offer or affiliate program. There's no systems. There's no sales funnels. There's nothing like that. I know, if you're a marketer or you're in sales or you've done things like that, you might be looking for the angle of like, hey, how can we promote this? And, you got to get that out of your mind, because this has nothing to do with that. There's nothing for sale here. So there's no commissions to be paid on anything, because it doesn't cost anything to use this. And so the fact, whether you see in this video for me, if I referred you to this video or somebody else referred you to this video, they're really kind of just doing you a solid, because there's no financial incentive for this to be shared, because there's no affiliate program, there's no referral commissions. The broker that we use for trading doesn't have a sign up, doesn't pay sign up commissions. There's no sign up game or anything with this whatsoever, guys. So this has nothing to do with that. Now, in the past, whether you know anything about trading or not, you might have heard the terms like expert advisor or trading robot or bot or indicators or trading system or trading strategy or method, or this is none of those things, guys. You might have heard in the past, if trading bots or expert advisors, they don't work, they blow accounts. Well, I would say that's usually pretty true. There are some that in the past that I've used, that I've tried, that have run up super high drawdown, blown the account, almost blown the account. But this has nothing to do with any of that whatsoever. It's also not like a signal service that you on Telegram that you have to subscribe to or anything like. It's nothing like that. And last but not least, this is not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a high yield investment program. It's not a smart contract or some token or coin launch thing, or it has nothing to do with any of that stuff whatsoever. This should kind of be an indication, or the indication of this should kind of be apparent by the fact that they don't need your money. They don't need new money. This has nothing to do with that. That's why there's no referral commissions. They're not selling anything. It's nothing to do with any of that kind of stuff whatsoever. You do not have to send your money off to some place and hope that where they lock it up for 60 days or 90 days or 6 months or a year and pay you, or promise to pay you X amount percentage return every month or day or week on your money. Then at the end of the term, you get your seed money back. It's nothing like that whatsoever. Your money will be in your own broker account. You have access to it 24/7. You can pull it out anytime you want. You can stop whenever. It's completely under your control. So it has nothing to do with any of those things mentioned there. Now, what this is what's known as a high frequency trading, or HFT is just what we call it. So high frequency trading algorithmic software. Okay, it trades on the foreign currency exchange market, which is called the Forex market. But it also will trade some like metals and indices, and metals would be like gold and silver, and indices would be stuff like the Dow, which is pretty much known as the US 30 in a lot of these trading brokerages, or like the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, but mainly it's just does currencies and currency pairs and gold and metals. And how it works is it takes several quick scalp trades. Like I've seen it take like up over 100 trades in a day, like several quick little scalp trades, with the average length of the trade is usually 20 to 30 seconds long. So it's super quick, in and out. It makes its money or takes its loss real quick and moves on to the next one. Just like it's in and out just like that over and over again. Now it uses very small leverage. This is 1 to 30, which is a very, very small and conservative leverage amount to use. A lot of these other brokers out here will let you go, 1 to 500, 1 to 1,000, that kind of, and that's a double-edged sword. It could be very dangerous. You could certainly put your account in jeopardy or blow your account out if you're using really high leverage. Well, we don't use that, and the brokerage we use doesn't let us do that. And we don't want to do that, because first and foremost is the number one goal, first off, or the number one priority, I should say, is conserving and preserving our seed money capital, right? So that's the very first thing, is we want to make sure that everything's safe and as low risk as possible. And the next point is that this software has a track record of extremely low drawdown. I'm talking like less than 1%. It's like 1 to 1.5% drawdown. I'm going to show you this proof, which is unheard of, guys. Like I said, I don't know if if you haven't had any experience with trading stuff before, like what drawdown means is the percentage of your account balance that is put in jeopardy when a trade goes against you before it either turns around and goes in your favor or just stops you out and takes you out of the trade and you take the loss. So this, again, I've used some that have run some extremely high drawdowns, 60% drawdown, 70% drawdowns, has you locked in trades for days or weeks or months with 20, 30, 40% drawdown running the whole time. This does not do that. Extremely, extremely low drawdown. Okay, and it only trades for the first 2 to 3 hours of what is known as the US session. So in the currency market, which is basically open from Sunday afternoon on the West Coast to Friday afternoon, okay? 'Cause I'm on the West Coast, so that's just how I consider it. But there's basically 4 sessions. There's the Australian session that overlaps into the Asian trading session, that overlaps into the London trading session, and then that overlaps in the US trading session, and then it starts all over again the next day. This only trades the first 2 to 3 hours of the US session, and then it's done for the day. Okay, and last but not least, like, this has no upfront cost to use. If you decide you want to use it, great. It doesn't cost you anything to use it up front. So a little bit more about how this works, guys. I don't know all the minutia or the intricate details of the algorithm itself or the coding or whatever. And they're not going to tell us that. That's like proprietary information that that they have perfected and they're using themselves. And by they, I mean the people who own the software, give us access to the software and allow us to basically have access to it. So the way it works is the high frequency trading software is installed and runs on a primary account that's owned and managed by the folks that provide us access to the software as a company. And you'll get access to who all that is and stuff inside the limited power of attorney that you would have to fill out and sign if you did decide to use this. But again, the software is installed and runs on a primary account, okay, that's managed by the company and the folks that own the software and allow us to have access to it. Okay, again, it only trades Monday through Friday for the first 2 to 3 hours of the US session, excluding the US banking holidays. So that would be like Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, like all those, any kind of US banking holiday, it won't trade on those days because the liquidity isn't there. The big players have the day off, the big players are the institutions, like the big banks and things like that. So they have the day off, the liquidity isn't there, the volatility wouldn't be there. And so this will not trade, again, because like the very first priority is conserving and preserving our seed capital, right? And making sure it's at as least amount of risk as possible. So on those days, it doesn't trade. So all trades taken by the software on the primary account, which we just call a master account here for this example, are copied on to all of the subsequent or slave accounts via the broker's MAM, which stands for multi-account manager, or PAM, which stands for percentage allocation management module platform. Now, if you don't know what a MAM or a PAM account is, you can Google MAM trading account or PAM trading account and you'll get the definitions there for you. But basically it's just one account that can manage multiple ones from it. So it's just the easiest way to describe it, but you can get a more exact definition if you just Google the term. So that's all it means, is that it allows them to manage multiple accounts from one primary account. So you don't have to install any software on your computer, on your phone, on your MetaTrader 5, which is, we call it MT5 as the broker platform. It's basically the charting software. You really don't even need the MT5 platform on your computer or on your phone. It is kind of fun. I have it on my phone. Most people will too. It's kind of fun to watch it when it goes every day and kind of see how much you made every day or whatever. But you don't even really need that. But I'm just saying, like, you won't have to install anything on your computer. There's no software to install on your computer, on your MetaTrader 5 broker platform. You do not have to purchase a VPS or manage anything at all on your end whatsoever. Okay, you don't have to do anything except just fund an account and fill out the form, and then there's a separate video below that shows you how to open your broker account and how to get everything done, but this is just part of the overview, so I won't go into all that in this video. So all of the subsequent follower accounts or slave accounts, for lack of a better term, will get the exact same trades as the primary account, but the lot size of the trades taken are adjusted automatically by the software according to each individual account balance. So lot size just means the amount of money that's being risked per trade is proportionate to your balance. And the software also adjusts the lot size, again, which is the amount of money that's placed on a trade, not only to your account balance, but also to the current market conditions. So if the liquidity is low or the volatility is not there, like this usually happens around the holidays and things like that, it'll adjust the lot size to take that into account too, because again, the number one priority of this is to conserve and preserve your capital, right? Like regardless of how much it can potentially earn, the first goal is just preserving your capital so that it's at the least amount of risk as possible. And again, this software does this all automatically. You don't have to touch a thing, all right? Now, once the daily profit target or loss is hit, and it does lose sometimes. I think there's been like 8 losing days in 13 months. So anyways, once the daily profit target or loss is hit, usually within the first 2 to 3 hours of the trading session, trading stops and is done for the day. So it sets them out, and once it hits that, it stops and it's done. So whatever you've made for that day in your trading account is locked in, it's done, and you don't have to think about it, watch it, you're good to go. And then it's thank you very much, and we move on, wait for the next day. So this is not something that takes position trades, long-term swing trades. You're not going to be stuck in trades for days or weeks or months. It doesn't do anything like that. So it's short scalp trades, and whatever you've made that day is over and done with, and you don't have to worry about open floating negative P&L, which is profit or loss. You don't have to worry about open floating drawdown, no high drawdowns. Again, like I mentioned, if you've tried any of this kind of stuff in the past, you may be thinking, oh gosh, I've been into these trading things before where I've been stuck in super high drawdown and it's stressful. I'm checking my phone all the time, and it's like you will not have any of that happening here, not anything like that whatsoever. So regardless of what anybody's opinion might be, your past experiences might be, none of that stuff really matters. To me, I'm a numbers person. When I'm looking at any kind of investments or something that I always look at, just show me the numbers. I'm a numbers person. I don't really care about anything else. If the stats are there and it looks good, then I'll consider it, right? So with this software, it has so far a 13-month track record. Okay, now what you're looking at here, and you might need to use like the expand button if you're watching this on your computer or phone, to expand this video so you can see these numbers and see these graphs and things that I'm about to show you here. But this is what is called a MyFX book. Okay, this is basically a third-party like app or charting software that you can plug into your trading account, and it'll monitor the statistics of your trading account over however long that you have data to provide it for, or that it's been running. So far, this is the MyFX book for the primary account that all of the trades get copied onto our accounts from. Now, there are some pretty impressive numbers here. Again, these are numbers and stats. These don't, people lie, but the numbers don't, okay? So you can kind of look at this and take it for what it's worth, and maybe if it helps you make a decision, that's great. But I'm just here to present this to you, and you can make your own decision. But I'm going to point a couple things out to you, obviously, of course, that this is a real account with the broker, so that means it's a live account, not a demo account, and it's 1 to 30 leverage, just like I mentioned. It's track record verified, and trading privileges verified, and it has had a crazy 477% gain at the time of this video, which is December 13th, 2021. 477% gain. It makes about 0.5% per day, just about, or 14% per month. But guys, this is to me, the most impressive number, okay, is that the drawdown on average is only 1.41%, which is, I have never in my life ever seen anything like this. And this is over the course of 13 months. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit more and show you some data here. That is over 7,500 trades that it's taken. It only has a 1.41% average drawdown and has earned 477% on this account. And guys, this is one of the master accounts that the trades that takes on this account get copied onto our accounts. So again, if you look further down here, it has more of the stats as far as like the percentage of the trades that it wins. You can see the average trade length, 18 seconds. That's crazy. It's just in and out, locking in profits and in and out and done. But here's a really cool thing I wanted to show you. It's called the risk of ruin percentages. This is what would outline like what it would take to lose X amount of the account, whether it's 10% of the account balance, 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever it would take. So the risk of ruin for this master account would be it. You might have to zoom in here where it says this, but it would have to lose 559 consecutive trades in a row to even lose 10% of the account balance. And there is less than a 0.01% chance of that happening, let alone blowing out the entire account, half the account, whatever. Guys, they would have to lose 559 trades in a row to only lose 10% of the account balance. And that, again, there's less than a 0.01% chance of that happening, because this combined with the low drawdown made me feel extremely comfortable. Well, this combined with the low drawdown and the low leverage used by the broker made me feel extremely comfortable with this software, right? Because to me, the most important thing is preserving my own hard-earned money, that if I'm going to put it in the market or put it out there to risk, I want to make sure that I'm making the best decision I can with the information that I have in front of me, right? So this is, we're just looking at the numbers, you can see that the seed capital is virtually at no risk. And to me, that is whether I make 5% a month on my money, 10%, 2%, whatever it is, it's just very, very reassuring to know that my seed capital is virtually not at risk. Okay, so, but now we're going to go over a little more of the history of it. They started using it in 2020 after they developed it. In November 2020, it got maybe half the month of trading this month, and it was just getting started up. So did about 5% in November 2020, 10.69% December 2020. Then all of 2021, you can see that it's ranged anywhere from 12%, 15%, almost 19%. It seems to hover right around. It has pretty much hovered right around like the 15% return, with a couple outlying months being almost 19% and 20% here. 12%, 14% last month in November, and then currently we're only 13 days into December. It's at 5.82%. And this is super solid, consistent returns. Like I said, we don't know what the future's going to do, but just based on the statistics, we have this. To me, I felt very comfortable with this based on this track record, which you do not find this with a lot of other stuff out here that you can use to either try to trade for you or trade for yourself or whatever. There's a lot of garbage out there, and I've been through a lot of it, and I've never seen anything this good. And that's my opinion, right? So you can take that or leave it for what it's worth. But again, this has got 13 months of running stats. Now, I know that you say that sounds nice. That's on the master account. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you my personal account with here on MyFXBook as well. And I'll show you my personal stats so you can see how it's been going for me personally over the last 2.5 months or 10 weeks or so that I've been using it. All right, guys. So this is my account, or this is MyFXBook page for my trading account. You can see the top here, it says this DBAC Holdings, which is short for Diamondback Holdings. That's my company I use for all my trading stuff. Probably can't see it, but that's my little that's my picture of me in front of my pool up there. Anyways, that just to let you know this is my account, okay? And what I wanted to show you here is I've been using this about 2.5 months now. My account has grown 38.25%. Same approximate daily returns, just under 0.5% per day, about 13.7% per month. It's right at 1%, just 0.1% under 1% drawdown. And I have my stats open here so you can see it. This is a real account, live money account. Same 1 to 30 leverage, same live verified account, and my account has made $62,308 in the last 10 weeks or so that I've been using it. Okay, so obviously, I don't have 13 months of personal experience with it, but the stats are right along in line with with the overall stats for the last 13 months. This is just how I've been doing it. These are just my stats up to this point today. But out of 1,900 trades taken, I've got less than a 1% drawdown, 13.7% average monthly gain. You can see today alone, it was, did 0.41%. And it's Monday, so it's this. First, one day, $1,000 so far this month. $13,000, $13,530 in profit made so far. You can see that the win ratios are not astonishing. It's 63% of the long trades won, 61% of the short trades won, but it's just the way that it takes the trades. It cuts the losers short, lets the winners run, is in and out of the trades. Like I said, the average trade length for me is about 30 seconds. I don't have as much data as the master account because they've got like 4 times the trades that I do because they've been running it a lot longer than I have, obviously. But these are still super impressive stats. And let's go over the risk of ruin percentages. Okay, like for my account, I would have to lose 293 consecutive trades to lose 10% of my account balance. Okay, 293 consecutive trades to lose 10% of my account balance. There's less than a 0.01% chance of that happening. Okay, let alone losing 20%, 30%, 40, 50, 60, whatever, or blowing the account out. I'd have to lose 2,900 trades in a row to blow my account out. I'd have to lose 293 trades in a row to just lose 10%. There's less than a 1% chance of that happening with any of these numbers across the board. This is just nuts. I've never seen anything this cool, all right, and that has worked this consistently and this good. So here we are right now. Like I started at September 29th, okay? There's 30 days in September, so this got 2 trading days in September, and then it doesn't really count. I mean, 1.7%, okay. All of October, which was 12.11%, all of November, 14.49%, and so far in December, again, we're not even halfway through the month, and it's almost 6%. It's 5.87%. So total, like I had said before, I'm at 38.25% growth in like 10 weeks' time. And I'm extremely comfortable with this because I feel like the capital, based on the stats, the capital is well protected. The returns are solid, but regardless of whatever the returns are, I know that my seed money is virtually not at risk, right? So I don't know that I think the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, whatever your thoughts or feelings are, or whatever anybody else might tell you or give you their opinion. I mean, none of that stuff. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care about people's opinions, feelings. Show me the facts, show me the stats, and I'll make my decision based off that, not off somebody's opinion or not off what I feel or whatever. Let's go off the stats and the facts. And the facts are that this has been very consistent, very solid, and super, super low minimal risk. And that is, to me, is the most important thing. So guys, with that being said, you might be wondering, okay, well, how can I use the software? How do I get plugged into it? What's the deal? Okay, so again, there is no upfront cost to use this software. They don't charge you anything up front, okay? It costs you nothing up front to use this, all right? All you have to do is create an account with the broker that we're using. And again, there's a video below that, either in the email that somebody sent you or maybe a video below this video that explains you how to like open your broker account, and it walks you step by step how to do that. It's very easy to do. But again, I'm not going to go through all that in this video, but there's another video that explains, which broker to use, how to open the account, and all that kind of stuff. So what you need to do, though, is the first step is create an account with the broker and verify it with all the supporting documentation that they require, which is like a copy of a government ID, like passport or license, and then usually like a utility bill or something that just verifies your address. And once you upload those and they accept them and stuff, you're good to go. I mean, and then the next step is you have to fund the account. You have to fund your broker account. The minimum to use this software that you need to fund in your account is $50,000 US. Okay, so, and you can do that with Bitcoin or Tether or whatever. Like, that's how you would fund the broker account. Again, there's instructions on how to do that when you set up your broker account, but that's the minimum to use this software. I don't set that. That's not my rule. I'm just a person that uses it just like you would be. So I'm just relaying to you, like, this is what it is. It's $50,000 minimum you need to load into your account to use the software. Again, it goes into your own broker account. You're not sending it off to somebody else. You're not sending it off to the people who own the software. You're not sending it off, whatever. It goes into your own broker account where you have access to it 24/7. So you got to create the account, verify it with all your documents, fund the account, complete the limited power of attorney form, and then, which is, again, will be attached either to the email that you're sent, or if there's a link for it, below this video somewhere. Either way, you'll open that, fill it out, and then you'll have to upload that also inside your broker back office as well. There's a spot there where you can upload the LPOA. And then lastly, there's a Google Drive sheet you have to fill out just with your basic information. Once you've funded your account and all that kind of stuff and uploaded the LPOA and all that. Once you've done that, that's it. You're done. you're good to go and ready for trading. So whether you get that done, it's all approved and uploaded and your account's funded, whatever day that's all done, the next trading day your account will be trading. And that's just as easy as that. So lastly, you guys might be thinking, okay, well, what's the catch? Is there a catch? What's the deal? Why would they allow you to use this and not charge you anything up front for it? Well, there's a reason for that. There's no catch to this, guys. There is a barrier to entry. That might be a challenge for some, but again, this is not something that's set by me or anybody else. It's what is required. The requirements are set forward by the folks who manage the software. And the minimum you have to fund in your account again is $50,000. Now, for some people, they might not be able to do that. That's totally fine. This might not be for everybody. That's fine. I get that. But again, it's not something anybody's in control of except for the people who manage the software, and that's what they said. So that's what it is. Again, we don't have anything to do with that. So the broker that we use does not charge any spread, which spread usually means like the gap that that has to be covered before. The trade has to go in your favor by 1 or 2 or 3 pips or however much the spread is before you start making money. Well, this broker does not charge a spread, but they do charge a commission per each trade. And it's a commission per lot size, per trade. And they charge you that whether your trade wins or loses. So that's what's in it for the broker. That's how the broker makes their money. They are our access to the liquidity providers to be able to earn money trading with this software. So the broker, that's what's in it for the broker. Okay, that's how they earn their income, is through a commission that's charged per trade that's placed on our accounts using the software. Now the company that manages the software or owns the software, they charge a 50% management fee. And that is deducted once per month, and this is all disclosed within the limited power of attorney that you'd have to fill out. So it's not a secret, it's all there. And so what that means is that I'm going to use a round number here as an example. Let's say if you have a $100,000 account and you happen to make 10% that month, which again is just an example. It's not a guarantee. It's just an example. That means your account would make $10,000. Well, if it was $10,000 of net growth, then they would take 50% of that. They automatically deduct it out as a management fee from your trading account. So they would get $5,000 and you would get $5,000. So at the end of the month, your account, you would have $105,000 in your account. So that means you could withdraw that money, leave it there, and let it compound. That's another powerful thing about this is that your earnings can compound. The software will adjust your lot size based on your account balance automatically, which I mentioned a few slides ago. But that is what's in it for the people who run the software, and they allow us access to the software. Now, some people might say, well, geez, that sounds kind of high. You know what? It is what it is. You're still earning money every month on your money for doing nothing, and you'd be hard pressed to find any 401k, IRA, even a financial advisor that's managing a portfolio for you to even make 5% a month, as an example. Again, it's just an example. Some months could be more or less. Usually, I would say a good return on a standard investment portfolio would be 8 to 12% per year, probably. And we're talking about 2 to 5 or 10% or whatever per month. So again, you can have your money sitting in a bank or in somewhere else, or you can use it here and have it be growing for you. And that is what's in it for them. But the nice thing is that the account managers only make money after they've made you money first. Okay, so they're not charging you anything up front to use it, and they're only charging you after they've made you money, and they just automatically deduct it from the profits that they've made you by allowing you to access their software. So in my opinion, it's a win-win for everybody. But again, that's my opinion. It might not be for you. You might not like that. That's totally fine. You don't have to use this if you don't want to. Again, it doesn't affect anything. Nobody's, they'll be fine with or without you. They'll be fine with or without me. They're just, I feel fortunate that they allow us to access to use it. And I'm more than happy for them to charge that management fee, because I certainly know I couldn't get those returns anywhere else. So, especially for not having to do anything. But that is what it is, guys. So it is, again, that's the management fee, and that's what's in it for them. And then the broker earns their commission per trade. That's what's in it for them. But lastly, again, your money is in your own brokerage account. I cannot stress that enough. You're not sending it off to some program or some some high yield investment thing where they lock up your money and for X amount of months or whatever. You have access to your money in your broker account anytime you want, 24/7. You can withdraw it anytime. You can take your profits and compound it, withdraw it, do a half and half, take all your money out, and put your money in one day, take it all out the next day. It doesn't matter. Like you can do whatever you want. I just want to stress that is, to me, it's one of the most important points to drive home, is that you are in control of your money the whole time. It's just being connected to this trading software through the brokerage account, their MAM and their PAM programs, or their platforms, I should say. So again, if at some point at any time you use this and you say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, I want my money, that's fine. Take your money out and everybody parts friends, and that's totally fine. Whoever showed you this video, whether it's me or somebody else, they're just extending you the courtesy and trying to do you a solid and maybe do you a favor and let you look at something that could actually be a secondary, another passive income stream for you, or maybe a way to build up a retirement account, or just someplace better to put your money than a standard savings account. That's for sure. But again, there's no incentive for anybody to promote this. Like there's no referral commissions, there's no sign up game, there's no downlines to build, there's no nothing like that. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that, and I think I covered most everything. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or whoever you might have seen this from. But again, if you decide to use it, great. If you don't, that's great too. Again, it doesn't, like I said, there doesn't really matter either way, because it's, like I said, there's no sign-ups profit to be made, there's no commissions to be made or anything like that. It's just something cool that somebody decided to share with you. So again, I hope you appreciate the information. Look it over again, and if you need to, take some time to think about it. If you want, if it's a good fit for you, great. Happy trading. If it's not, that's okay too, and wish you luck with whatever you might decide to do going forward, or wherever you might decide to put your money going forward somewhere else, and that's totally fine. But I hope this has been informative. Hope you enjoyed the information. If there's anything else I can do for you, be sure to let me know. Other than that, I will see you next time. Thank you.